Welcome to the Prudent Podcast. I'm your host, Tanisha Prelo. We help self-publishers, authors, and writers on their literary journey. In each episode, we will share essential tips and publishing strategies to support your self-publishing success. Whether you're just starting or want to improve your publishing skills, we've got you covered. Let's begin this journey together to success. Welcome to the Prudent Podcast, where we explore smart strategies for success in the world of publishing and beyond. I'm your host, Tanisha Prelo, and today we're tackling a crucial aspect of the publishing industry, splitting royalties. Listen, if you're a publisher, an author, or anyone involved in the book industry, this episode is for you. Today, we'll dive into the complexities of royalty distribution and some of the modern tools and techniques that can help you manage it effectively. So let's get started. One of the main things with me, I would say, as I started my journey into self-publishing and starting a publishing company, I had a lot of confusion around how am I going to pay people the royalties? How do people get paid? I wasn't aware of the different tools that were available and how the self-publishing journey allows authors to get paid through the different platforms that are already available to them. So I want to remove any of that confusion that you may have as you venture into this journey around this very subject. Okay. So first of all, let's start with the basic understanding of royalties. Royalties are payments made to authors and other contributors based on the sales of their books. Now, that's in the book industry, but of course, there are people that are getting royalties through their music or any other product. So you can actually get a royalty from different products or different things that are selling in the marketplace. Okay. So, but in short, that's what a royalty is. It's a payment made to an author or a contributor based on the sales of a book. So traditionally, royalties are calculated as a percentage of the book sales price or a fixed amount per unit sold. So it may sound pretty straightforward, but this process, when it comes to royalties, I have found it can be very calculating, especially when you're distributing royalties. It can get complex. And then let's not talk about having multiple contributors involved. It just can become very complex and not as user-friendly or easy as we would desire for it to be. So let's think about a collaborative book project. You may have authors, illustrators, editors, and even translators. So everyone will have their own royalty agreements, right? And then you have to think about the different formats of a book. If you have a print book, an ebook, or audio book, you may also have different royalty rates. So if you go in a way of paying royalties for this work as opposed to making a outright payment or contracting someone out for the job, you now have to make sure that everyone gets their fair share. And that actually requires a meticulous record keeping and precise calculations. So let's talk about some of the challenges that I've faced, right, as a publisher, and I've seen other publishers face when it comes to splitting royalties. The first thing I want to talk about is having multiple contributors. When a book has multiple authors, illustrators, and other contributors, managing the different royalty agreements can be, honestly, a logistical nightmare. Each contributor may have negotiated different terms, and trying to keep track of those can be challenging. And then again, as I stated earlier, you may have your different formats and rates where books are often available in multiple formats, or it may have its own pricing and royalty structure. For an example, your print book will cost different from your ebook or your audio book. So now you're including different rates. And so the publishers will need to ensure that royalties are calculated correctly for each format. And Depending on the complexity or how you decide to sell your books, you now want to consider global sales. Books that are sold in different regions may be subject to different royalty rates, tax laws, any currency conversions. So it just adds another layer of complexity to the royalty calculation process. And of course, when it comes to royalty, you want to make sure that, of course, the legality is in place as far as making sure that your contracts are in place. You may even have to renegotiate your contracts. Any terms may change on your contract, just depending on what you all agree to up front. And then also, as a publisher, you may need to keep accurate records of all contract amendments to ensure the correct royalties are paid. And in all these things, when it comes to royalty and distributing royalty to your authors, you want to maintain transparency and trust. Okay. Authors and contributors need to trust that the publishers are calculating and distributing royalties fairly. Any lack of transparency I've seen can actually lead to a dispute, and very worse, it can damage relationships. And we don't want to damage any relationships. We want to keep that integrity. We want to keep that transparency. We want to keep in line with being prudent. That's why I named this podcast the Prudent Podcast, because we use wisdom and prudence and integrity and insight to make sure that we're doing all things above board. Okay. So I named those different cons first, or different challenges, because they are very challenging. If you think about it from the aspect of being a publisher, you have someone that may want to publish a book and you're thinking, well, how am I going to pay them the royalties? Or the author may wonder, what about transparency? And how can I know that this person is going to be transparent? Or how can I trust them? Right? I believe in using tools. There are different tools that are available that can help publishers manage and split royalties more effectively. Now, before I shared a platform called Draft2Digital. Draft2Digital actually has the option where you can split your royalties on there. I've used it. It works good. Everyone is responsible for setting up their own payment. You can put in a percentage of whatever contribution was agreed upon in the original contract. Once that's set up, you're good to go. As sales come in, those payments are split the way that you had already set it up to be split. And everyone can log into their Draft2Digital platform and see any sales or shares or anything that's there. So that's one platform as far as where you can publish your book and split royalties that I would definitely recommend. Some other platforms, one that I want to talk about today is called Royalty Share. Okay. So Royalty Share actually offers a comprehensive solution for you to manage your royalties. It helps you to automate your calculation and distribution of royalties. It helps you to make sure that you have accuracy. It helps you to make sure that you have accuracy and efficiency. It also allows you to handle some of those complex splits that I spoke about earlier. Okay. Some of the good features about Royalty Share is that you can track your sales data from multiple sources and generate detailed reports. So Royalty Share is one tool that you can check out and make sure and see if you actually enjoy this particular platform. Okay. And again, look at the different features. They have a customer login. They have different royalty share products. When you go to their website, they have a web-based royalty application. Okay. And the good thing about Royalty Share is that they're not only working with book publishing industries, but they also work with the music industry. Okay. So they are a wholly owned subsidiary of the Orchard, which is a leading music distribution company, and it operates in about 45 markets worldwide. So check out Royalty Share to see if they have what you're looking for as far as offering a comprehensive solution for royalty management. The next tool that I've heard about, I have not used, is the Metacomet systems. Okay. I know Metacomet actually provides a royalty tracker. This is a very powerful tool, and it's actually designed to simplify your royalty management. The royalty tracker will offer you real-time data access, automated calculations, and customized reporting. And it's actually been known for its user interface and robust functionality. So if you want to look at another platform, I would definitely recommend that Meta Comet Systems as a powerful royalty tracker tool to get that real-time customer data. And there are other tools that are available. These are some of the ones I wanted to recommend. If you're a publishing company and you don't have, as many sales, then you can actually calculate it on your own. Or, if you don't have a lot of authors or a lot of royalties that you're paying out, you can use your finance tools such as QuickBooks, right? That's one of your, financial tools that you're using, and kind of go in. There are settings in QuickBooks where you can calculate different percentages to make sure that those royalties or those sales are set up. And again, if you integrate your QuickBooks with a platform such as Shopify, right, now that data is being transferred and it kind of makes that process seamless. All right. So when you think about these different royalty tools, the good thing about using a tool to track your royalty is the first thing is accuracy. If it includes automation will help you to reduce the risk of any human error. That will ensure that your royalties are calculated accurately and fairly. And then think about time saving. When you have to do it manually, that can be very time consuming, especially if you're dealing with multiple contributors and formats. Just having a more automated, streamlined process will free up your time, and it's going to be very valuable back to you. You have more time given back to you. Okay. And then transparency. When you're using a tool that has these automated features and offers detailed reports that can be shared to authors and contributors, that helps to build that trust and transparency in your royalty distribution process. It's not anything that's manual, but you're able to build that trust and that transparency. And then think about your real-time data. Depending on which platform you're using, you can actually have access to real-time sales and royalty data that will allow publishers to make an informed decision and address any issues promptly. And the last thing I would say is just think about scalability, okay? When I say scalability, think about your business as a publisher. As your business grows, these tools are going to be essential to handle any increased complexity and volume to ensure that your royalty management will remain in effect and in that it's efficient. You do not want to go at it manually if you can help it. So again, these tools, I think, is going to be very essential as you begin to step into the place of doing royalties. If you're going to go into having your own publishing company, these are some of the tools that I've looked at. And, along the way where I've just had so much confusion or needed clarity was in a place of royalty. I mean, for months, I just remember thinking, if I help someone with the book, or if they needed to do royalties, if that was an option I offered, how am I going to pay them? And so knowing that there are tools available that is also automated really helps in your decision-making process, because you don't have to go at it manually or alone, but you can allow the tool to do the work and free up your time as a business owner and a publisher, and being able to leverage, your skills in other areas. And then, of course, as we think about the future, right, in royalty management, there are a lot of things that are going to probably be used when it comes to direct sales and being able to manage royalties. Again, as I stated, integrated platforms, so I can just continue to see where royalty management will be integrated with other platforms as far as your online store, or your email marketing, which is going to help you to streamline your operations and just allow you to have a more holistic view, right, of your publishing process. So I can see that in the future. I can even see AI somewhere being used, right, to have those AI-driven analytics, to deepen your insights into your publishing business, and to even get more insights when it comes to royalties. So I would say these are some of the things that we probably want to look to in the future that's going to be available. But in short, think about having an effective royalty management tool. It's crucial for your success of any publishing business, okay? Whether it's music or books or anything where you're publishing something and royalties are in place, think about leveraging some of these modern tools, okay? Publishers can ensure that you'll have an accurate, timely, and transparent, remember the word transparent, royalty distributions. This will not only help you build your trust with your authors and contributors, but I definitely know that it's going to help you streamline your operations, and it's actually going to help support your business growth. So I hope that these little nuggets about these royalty tools helped you out today. If it did, I want to thank you, first of all, for tuning in to the episode of the Prudent Podcast. If this information was helpful, please subscribe to our podcast, share this podcast with fellow publishers and authors, and we will be back soon with more insights into the world of publishing. Until then, happy publishing. Thank you for tuning into the Prudent Podcast. We hope today's episode will help with your self-publishing journey. Remember to rate and subscribe and also review our podcast to stay updated with the latest in digital and print publishing. To stay in contact with us, follow us on social media and visit our website, remnantmedservice.com. This will give you more resources and support on your literary journey. Thank you and keep writing.